strategies. We are encouraging the government to allocate at least 50 cents per learner per day of attending school, so that each and every learner gets a hot meal when they're in school. This can go a long way to ensure that learners are encouraged to be in school and attend to their nutritional needs, which is also important for their cognitive development. For teachers, again, there's an issue of rebate, which has been a big issue. So teachers are only have a threshold of $4,000. You can't buy a vehicle which is which is about 4,000. But because of the models and the years that are accepted at the moment, we will find that most cars are beyond that amount, and teachers who deserve to get rebate and others are not getting the cars they need. So we are asking the threshold for rebate to be raised to around $9,000, so that those who have means to buy, they at least get the cars, if government is really sincere that they want to afford teachers an opportunity to buy these cars. But then there's also an issue of debt. I understand that civil servants are locked in debt. Why? Because of massive borrowing, which was a result of underpayment for years. Now we are calling for government to then come up with a fund which will be deployed to the National Building Society to assist the teachers resolve the debt. We want our government to help teachers resolve the debt, because it is the government that failed to pay salaries in the first place. We have teachers who are taking nothing at home, $0 on their pay slip because they are servicing debts. So we want this to come to an end so that we can address the incapacitation crisis, and we expect the budget to be able to address this important issue. Then on teacher salaries, we are saying government should allocate a minimum of USD 1,260 per teacher per month, which is obviously a fair wage that can enable the teachers to pay for the basics and their savings. The second, the housing allowance should be a minimum of 120 to ensure that, because this is in line with the market rates that are even gazetted by government itself. Then rural allowance should be 70% of the basic salary, so that we retain and attract quality teachers in our rural schools.
Good morning, Chief.
The main issue with our current setup is that BIM is, I think, a perfect scenario which could have worked for our system. And I think the idea and the target for BIM was those children living with disabilities, maybe from not having parents or someone to assist them with the payments of fees. The idea was to improve primary and secondary education so that everyone gets the basic education, so as to improve the system and the economy, which is a very good on paper. Everything is good. And the schools and the communities are the ones that were set up to actually send the names of the students that might be facing these challenges, that are not able to pay fees. And then these names are sent to the district education office. This is where I think the main error started, from the district education office back to I think the Ministry of Finance, where the funds are supposed to come back to the district education office, and the district education office then distributes those funds back to those schools. The idea on paper to improve education in that way is supposed to work, as long as the Ministry of Finance says the funds to the district education office, and the district education office does audits to make sure that the funds are sent to the technical schools that are actually the ones handling with these, that they have all these students. On the other hand, grants are a certain payment system that doesn't involve the district education office, and those funds go directly to the students that are the students or the learners or the teachers that might be getting these grants. Those fundings might be going directly to the accounts of these people. And I'm also just seeing, like, I would say, a twist in some policy, but not actually fully addressing the problem at hand. The problem at hand is not that the funds are the system is not working. It's not working in the sense that the students are not there that need those fundings, or the teachers that need those fundings are not there. The problem is the money is not coming to where it's supposed to go. On the other hand, grants, I think, from where I stand, I'm getting a grant because the funding comes directly to my account. The systems are made in such a way that the funding is released from the grant organizers, and then it goes to each account, the school account first, before I can actually get it. Now, to the schools themselves, have accounts where the monies can be sent to, and someone also sends from those school accounts to the students, where I think there's a huge loophole there, whereby now who's going to be doing the auditing to make sure that those funds are actually going to the students or the teachers that are needing them. So you see that gap, I don't think we are ready to address it as yet. My 2 cents.
Thank you so much, Chief, for that contribution.
Chamberlain, good morning. Thank you, Brighton. One of the weaknesses that we have to deal with, if we are to be realistic with ourselves, is to say, how are you going to screen these people? To be able to screen properly, because there are some people who want to benefit from this scheme while they are already okay, they don't have any problem, but they are benefiting from it. Then from there, we need as well to make sure that there is efficient management of this either BIM or grants. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Champion John. Well, let's hear from Tsepang. Good morning, Tsepang.
Good morning to you, Nonsense. I thought there is a school feeding program that covers maybe the needs of children when they are at school, like maybe having a meal at school. And I thought I think it's an issue of coming up with ways to integrate some of these programs, because some of the proposals are already there, that what remains questionable is the extent to which they are implemented. But what I want to also highlight, Triton, is that I don't think it's ideal to be proposing a student grant when already government is failing to meet up with the annual disbursement of funds when it comes to BIM. I think it's adding a burden onto another burden, which will prove to disadvantage us. Looking at the fact that at the end of the day, will be known the failure of government to also meet up with the demands for student grants. But my main thrust is, how can we make what is already there work for us? Be it BIM, be it the school feeding program, and other programs. Thank you so much.
Let's wrap up our show this morning with Dobbs.
Many thanks. It's all right scrapping BIM, but replacing it with the grants won't solve the issues of education. The only thing which can replace the BIM is free education. Thanks a lot.
We'll come to the end of the show for this Thursday morning. Anyway, for myself, Brighton Mube.
And Vincent Shamapigwa, it's bye for now.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode. For feedback, you can contact us on 263-777-470017. Don't forget to follow and like our social media pages.